that's crazy.
I'll see if we can get him on the show sometime.
I don't think I can
Yeah, so
handle
he could
that.
like pull out his glass eye.
Get him on here, pop his eye out.
Throw
What
it at
did it-
somebody.
So did it just? I always imagine that it looks like a marble or something.
It looked like an eye. I mean, a round. It wasn't complete. It was creepy.
Was it
There's
squishy?
a half eye.
It was like a glass, like you would think it would be, pretty much.
Oh.
I didn't touch it.
I mean,
Anyways,
probably shouldn't.
tonight's episode of Natural High with Snoop Dogg. Guess he quit smoking weed again.
Snoop Dogg.
Poor Snoop. I don't know. Look, he didn't look very happy. That was his post from like yesterday. He was like, "Respect my privacy," but that's not going to be seen today. We're going to bring you this epic podcast.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
What's up, y'all?
What is up? We are For Music Lovers Only. Thank you for tuning in. I am Josh, JRB5, the artist formerly known as, maybe, because I don't want to do that no more. To the other side, we've got Coach. He is the host of one of the hosts of Middle of the Road podcast on I don't know what nights you're doing it now. You kind of change it up. But...
It's pretty much Tuesday. It's been Tuesday for about a year almost,
Okay.
something like that. 8 months, 7 months. It was Mondays for quite a while. And then Wednesdays occasionally if Tuesdays don't work, a holiday or, something's up.
Mhm.
So check them out on YouTube and
Everywhere.
Spotify and all the good stuff. And that reminds me, I do want to talk to you something about after the show.
Okay.
And below us, Sontia is back this week. Unfortunately, she couldn't go out of town, but fortunately, we have her here, so she joins us. And
I was
bet
going to
she
get
found
out of
something-
here, and then I didn't.
I was like, I'd rather hang out with you guys.
I
You
really
find
would.
something cool to do after the show today?
I might go see For the Birds. I might. It's a little. It's not like a terrible drive, but
Yeah.
it's. I don't know. It depends. Sometimes
It's
I'll
dirty.
sit on my couch, and
Yeah.
then I just stay there. So
Yeah.
as
That's
long
where
as I
I'm
don't
going. I'm
sit
not even-
down, yeah.
I know
I'm not
that
even- But the old James Barlow, his little birthday soiree, he's got going on Slayer Oak.
Oh, that's a
Slayer
barleycorn.
tribute at
That's gonna be
Barleycorns.
hardcore.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And like you heard, Snoop Dogg quit smoking weed. I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that either, but
Yeah, I don't know.
we were doing lights today, and the guy I was with said, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "I'd seen something about it, and that's cool. I mean, take a break, or I mean, if it's for good, whatever. Each to each. That's a big part of who he is. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sure
he's-
it won't. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to say. I don't think it's gonna stick because he already tried to stop smoking weed like before, and then all of a sudden he's just smoking weed again. And he didn't say I'm back to smoking weed. He was just like, oh well.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure it won't affect any of his, I mean, I think he's got his own dispensaries and grows and stuff. I'm sure it won't affect anything like that. It's not like his wife may have made him quit.
Yeah, it's hard to know. There's a lot of
Hard to
reasons.
know.
He might
But
be
we're going to
trying to
respect his
something.
privacy. We're not going to bug him. I almost wanted to message him and be like, "What up, Snoop?" But
what are you
I
doing?
respected his privacy.
We'll see if we can get him on and talk to him about it.
Man,
Yeah,
if Snoop
yeah.
Dogg came on the show, that'd be so cool. Somebody ask him. Shoot, you never know.
Yeah.
I'll
Shit,
ask
he likes
him.
to do everything, man.
Be like,
Oh,
Snoop,
man.
come be on this music lover show and tell us about the music you love. And then you never know. I'm just saying,
Yeah, I
you
know.
never know.
The answer's always no until you ask. The
Yep.
famous Kevin Hansen quote that I throw up all the time.
You know
Well,
what? I'm
Staffy's
about
coming
to
back.
ask
Hell yeah, that'd be
him
cool.
right now.
How you doing tonight? How you doing? We're going to talk songs we are thankful for episode 40. Episode 40. I want to say I'm thankful for that.
Hell yeah.
It's it's been a fun ride. It's been a fun ride. Little changes, little turbulence. You know, it's fun. I'm here
40
for the fun.
episodes
I'm here to
in.
talk music because I
That's-
love music.
That's admirable. 40 episodes in is a lot of dedication for sure.
Yeah.
Hi, Bubble.
But yeah. Yep. Thanks for tuning. She's been on a couple times. But you got a show coming up, don't you, Sontia? The 30th?
Yeah, November
November?
the 30th. I have a show at Kirby's Beer Store. Starts at 9. It's gonna be a Thursday. Pretty cool. I can't remember who I was playing with because that's it.
You
But
play with
I'll
so
be
many
there, so
artists.
come see me.
I think it was Snoop. I think Snoop was going to be there. So y'all
Yes.
need to get out, watch Sontia,
Ask him then.
and then you can watch Snoop.
Yeah, I just messaged him and he said he's gonna come on the show
He's
and then
down,
he's
he's
gonna
down.
Kirby's on the 30th. He's
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
come down here just for that.
Yeah.
So we got it like that.
Sick.
But in kind of honor of Thanksgiving, which is next Thursday, coming up fast, was kind of the inspiration for this topic, and it was kind of like I said, I thought it would be easy. I thought it would be a mulligan, you know. But then I sat down, I started thinking about it last night, seriously, anyhow. And I mean, I couldn't. I think I had one written down last night, and that I knew immediately, and the rest of them I was like, man, like you said, how do I, you know, define thankful? You know, I mean, I'm thankful for. There's only like 5 songs I don't want in existence. And you know, Macarena and Werewolves in London, they're 2. That's 2 of them. I don't. So it
It's
was
in my
hard
head now.
to narrow it down, and I kind of went down. I just went with a decade. You know, I went 5 decades, and I just picked a song that really, you know, stuck to me, or gave me a memory or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's
what I
kind of
did.
how I tackled it. And I know
Similar.
Casey was busy all day, so his was kind of loosey-goosey. And you just, you know, had 4 or 5 hours to work on your list, didn't you, Sontia? Did you have any troubles?
No, because my list was pretty much already in mind. I was like, songs that I'm thankful for, then bam. I really just had to find one more, and I just started playing my playlists, and I was like, oh, right.
That's kind of how I did it today, just jamming while I was working all day. So I'm like, oh man, you know. So.
But yeah, music is just significant to me, period. So I'll just narrowing it down to 5 and going through all of those memories is pretty cool. But there's so many
songs
things.
On the polar opposite of it? How many songs that you just? What's your songs that you despise off the top of your head just right now?
The songs
Like you
that
wouldn't want in existence.
oh my God, I really don't not like any songs. What's a song that I would despise that if it comes on the radio, I would just turn it off immediately? God, I'll listen to anything almost. Jazz.
I'm not a big
and I hate
a lot of
saying
country that could just go away for me personally, but
yeah, I've never in my life, no matter how hard I tried, been able to get into any jazz song ever. And I mean, I've tried like Billie Holiday, even who's pretty bluesy, jazzy. Just I can't do it, and I feel like I should be able to, but I can't do it.
After Anchorman, I tried, man. I wanted to hear some more jazz flute, and I just same.
New Andre 3000 album. Oh, I don't know. I tried listening to it yesterday. His flute album. There was no singing. I mean, there's no rapping, no singing, no nothing. I was just like, I mean, I really wanted to hear him, you know.
Yeah, he's the shit, man.
Yeah. So I had to. He did a song with Killer Mike, dropped that the first of this year or something like that. That he's rapping on, obviously. So I got to hear a little bit of new Andre, but I was like hoping this album would be. I hadn't heard anything about it, and then I clicked on it. I was like, oh yeah, I clicked on it, and it's like him with a big weird flute, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay, all right, and I'm like, I mean, all right, this is weird. Then I gave it a minute, and I forwarded about to the middle of the song, and there's still no lyrics. I'm like, man, he done did me like that.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I put it on for a minute, and I was like, if somebody was totally into the flute, this would be fire.
Yeah.
Like if somebody was like, man, I'm a
Flute head, as we
enthusiast.
call them.
Mhm.
Well, I guess he did it on some. He mixed it or did something on a different frequency that that's not normal. It's like supposed to be a healing frequency or something.
The same frequency that Jimi Hendrix would put his amp and his guitar on, 575 hertz or something like that. I'd have to look it up, but it's it's supposed to have a higher vibration. It's supposed to make you think and intuitive and feel love.
Yeah, exactly. He did some weird stuff like that. So I mean, I'll give it a try again, but it's like I said, it's gonna have to be I'm gonna have to be in the mood. I was at work and trying to just stay awake, so I was like, oh God, this isn't gonna help. I'll be asleep in 10 minutes.
Yeah, don't play it while you're operating heavy machinery.
No. But let's Voltron up and let's see who's gonna go first today. Like I said, I think last 2 times I went first, or just last time, right?
I think so, yeah.
So
I don't think we'll have a problem on this one of having any songs that match. I don't see it happening.
I don't either. I came up with one honorable mention if I had to. It's gonna be me again. Look at that. It's rigged. Rigged.
It's all I was gonna say, you set it up to get yours out of the way.
Let's hurry up and be thankful.
Yes. Well, since I get to do it, I'll do my honorable mention. My honorable mention was 2009 Smile by Idea and Abilities from the album By the Throat. And
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Idea is the MC and Abilities is the DJ. And Rhyme Sayers is the album, is the label he was on. Idea Mikey, he passed away, OD'd, probably 10 years ago, somewhere around there.
Oh, that sucks.
So, yeah, but this was a lot of his stuff was kind of dark hip hop, but this one was very positive, very good. So that's my honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
My number 5 is 2005. Kid Nothing Boy versus the Echo Factor is the name of the song off the Paper Cut Chronicles by Gym Class Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which Travie McCoy, he's done a lot of solo stuff that is probably more in the mainstream vein. Get Your Ass Back Home with I can't remember the gal on it that was singing, but it's probably one of his most trending ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he had a few with Gym Class Heroes that are
were big songs.
Yeah.
So why did those two make you thankful?
Because that whole album is a great album. It got me through a lot. It's a deep kind of shit talking. I could sell out, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be me type of song.
Sweet.
Yeah. Then my number. I'll just go in order of the year backwards since that was 2000. That's the way I broke it down. No rules. The 90s, 1992. Rump Shaker, Rex and Effects. Hard or smooth? Brings me to the question. Do you like it hard or smooth, Casey?
Smooth.
But that one brings me back to middle school dances. We kind of talked about dances a couple shows ago. Middle school or high school, I don't know exactly. 92, that still would have been middle school. And watching a bunch of like I said, middle school. I mean, at the time I was middle school, so it ain't weird. Okay, I was in middle school when I was watching middle school girls.
I was just saying, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I was in middle school. This was 92. But watching a bunch of white girls try to dance to Rump Shaker, though at the time, very, very appealing. Kind of like,
it'd be hilarious to watch again. Wow, again.
Oh my goodness! I remember at it wasn't even my middle school dance. My brother, who I love so much, and who is the reason why I sing. I think I tell you guys about him all the time. But like, it came on like. When I was 14, 15, he used to come and get me for his dances so that I'd have something to do because I was kind of a homebody. And when Rump Shaker came on, he had the whole floor come out. Like when I was at a middle school dance, it was so disappointing because I'd go to my brother's high school dances and people were actually dancing. In middle school, everybody's all weird and awkward and smelly. or they'd just be like awkwardly grinding and people would be around them like a bunch of weirdos.
I definitely like the slow dancing better, though. I only had enough courage to get one about a dance. I was
Not me, man. I was out on the dance floor the entire time, man. All the way through high school. I loved to dance, man. We used to go to margaritas and dance, and I freaking loved to dance, man. Whatever it is, I get hip hop, it just don't matter, man. I just like to dance.
Sweet.
I was dancing the night before the show. My wife was loving it, man. I was out there jamming to some Gus Glasser and just freaking dancing,
Man.
So my number 3, which brings us to 1983, and in honor of Kurt Hammett's birthday today, I had to go with Metallica. From the Kill 'Em All album in 83, like I said, Seek and Destroy. And I mean, there was a couple other ones on there that I enjoy, but that one was probably the one that, teased me into Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was good. It had Cliff, and I mean, I love Cliff. I love Cliff era Metallica. I mean, Newstead is okay, but I like the new guy, Trillo from Suicidal Tendencies. I mean, I've loved him when he was in Suicidal, and I thought that was I thought he was the greatest fit for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad he stayed, and we've actually got recordings with him doing his thing, because like when he first came on, he was still playing all that stuff Newstead and even Cliff wrote, and so it's nice that we've got some. Even though I'm not a big fan of Metallica much anymore, their new stuff, I try to give it a chance here and there, but
I mean, they had a contract.
Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, we're, Rolling Stones type of stuff. They, I mean, they're just doing it to make money, I think, now, or to, keep the mortgages paid.
The Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
So my number 2 is 76. And like I said, Kiss, I love Kiss, and I don't need much of a reason to have Kiss on here. I Want You has been on repeat for a lot recently, because I mean, hey, I want you down, just feels good.
I remember that coming on MTV, and I was like, and we had just got cable, so I wasn't exposed to anything except for, at that point, Motown, Elvis, Michael Jackson, James Brown. So I put on MTV, and then I was like, what is happening? We're all these boys dressed like girls.
Brilliance. I mean, from the beginning, I mean, making money machine, but I mean, they still made, good music,
Mm-hmm.
And Gene had even said that even after all the original members are quit, dead, and gone, he wants everybody to be replaced and the band Kiss to continue on. So he's, what is it that, corporate, I mean, just a corporate entity at that point,
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't Kiss on Alvin and the Chipmunks at one point? Like they showed
Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
they had their own cartoon.
Oh yeah, man, they were everywhere.
I mean, they were the first band to really
merchandise the hell out of everything.
Yeah, take control of that. And they set the formula for a lot of the, the pop bands. Anyhow, I mean, they weren't pop, but
yeah.
But all the industry people seen them how much money they were making. They're like, oh, we're adding it to this. Lunch boxes for everybody.
Thing.
Mm-hmm. My number 1, this one, like I said, I know nobody else really took, and this is not really a Thanksgiving song. It mentions Thanksgiving in the song, but every Thanksgiving I listen to it, and I usually several times in between. But Arlo Guthrie's Alice's Restaurant Massacre from the Alice's Restaurant album from '67. It's like a 12-minute song. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but
I've never heard it.
I've never heard it, but I remember somebody saying something about Alice. Like I keep hearing things about that album.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna write it down.
I can't think of anything else off the album, because I always just go to that one and listen to that one. And it's just it's a powerful political kind of a snapshot of society in 1967 with war going on, the draft, and just society. It kind of touches on everything, and it's set Thanksgiving at Alice's Restaurant. So that's how it's a great song.
Cool.
Sweet.
And I may make a playlist this time. I'm getting a little giddy up in my shorts, so we may actually make a playlist like we used to do.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, man.
Back in
I
episode
feel like
30.
there was a movie or something that was based off that album. Like it was either a movie or a song or a series that was based off of Alice's Restaurant. I'll have to look.
I think it had something with it, you know what I mean? Because it's like a 12-minute song.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's just, like I said, pretty powerful song, the content of everything. Let's Voltron up here and see who's going to go next. Let's remove my sorry ass now.
Round and round we go. Where it's nobody knows.
Is it me? Is it me? Is it me?
Getting dizzy.
Oh,
I think it's going to be Sontia.
I'm second. The tables have turned.
First loser.
It's over. Get out. Okay, let me pull up my list here. I wrote it on paper.
Oh man.
I
do too. Old school. I got a whole
Yeah.
notebook. This is probably the first notebook I've filled.
Really?
I'm not there yet, but I'm gonna fill it.
That's cool.
I do it for the show. I got all kinds of notes for that stuff.
Yeah. My show set list book was pretty thick book, and that's almost filled up.
Nice.
Except for the set lists that are on envelopes, and then it's just like, where's my set list? And then I'll just grab a set list.
Autographed.
Yeah. Here you go.
Sontia Soul.
I'll be
Find her.
famous one day.
Yeah.
If I
Remember us.
get off the couch. I'll never forget you guys, man. This show came at like the best time ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I will go with, it's not my number one, it's just the first one that I put down. And as you know, I love Nickelback. Like, Nickelback is one of my favorite bands in the whole world, and anybody who disagrees has that right as an American citizen.
But she'll kick your ass if you tell her.
But we can go on.
Put a boot up that ass.
Don't you talk about Nickelback that way. But the first song that I heard by Nickelback was in 1998. It was called Leader of Men.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that song because around that time I was in high school and I sounded smart. and I am smart, but not like that. And so everybody was trying to push me into these leadership programs. They just kept trying to Black leader, woman leader, senior leader, leader, and I didn't want to do any of that. I really just wanted to go drink coffee like at the Perk because I used to go to North High School or do other things. And then this song came on and he was like, I am not a leader of men. And I was like, yes, I am not.
You guys.
Leave me alone.
I'm a me.
Yeah, I'm a me. So yeah, it was really powerful for me. I didn't even know it was Nickelback because they just came on the radio and nobody told me who it was. I found out years later and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to love them forever for the rest of my life now.
And it worked.
Look at them now.
Yeah, look at them.
Stars. They're rock stars.
They really are. The second one is Gin and Juice.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because you're rolling down the street, you're smoking your endo and drinking your gin and juice.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, no smoking the gin or the juice.
No endo for him.
Yeah,
it smells like outdo.
I think Gin and Juice came out when I was like 9 or 10, and this is why I'm so thankful for this song. So I decided when I was 9 or 10 that I was going to make myself a cup of gin and juice because of that particular song.
Oh,
and what I didn't realize was that alcohol can kill you, So I put in my little juice and then I put in a whole lot of gin, drank the whole cup.
Oh, goodness.
Drunk the whole cup, passed out watching, gin, is truly outrageous. Jim's truly outrageous. Passed out. Woke up 5 or 6 hours later. I felt like I was going to die.
Yeah.
And so I attribute that to me not ever really being an alcoholic when I was younger. Later on, I was. But when I was younger, like I would, I had a couple of spells of alcoholism. I'm over it now. I actually haven't had a drink. I think I'm coming up on 6 months now.
Nice.
But yeah, so I just, the experience was so terrible that I just never drank after that. So I was thankful for that song, for encouraging me to be a debaucherous juvenile.
Did you ever drink gin after that?
Like Tanqueray is the gin that I drank, and the reason why I like it and I love to have other people taste it for the first time is because it goes Tanqueray. And then you're just sitting there, just hurting, you know.
Yeah,
I love that.
I banned myself from gin a long time ago, and I have not touched it since.
Oh yeah,
I'm good with that.
You don't play with it. You sip on that, or you just shoot it, or I can't mix my hard liquors, which is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Number 3, "The Storm is Passing Over," which is a gospel song. And the version that I have just saved on my playlist, because I've heard it from the Mississippi Mass Choir, I do believe, but it's the Detroit Mass Choir.
Yeah.
And the reason why I like that is I'm thankful for it, of course, is because it's talking about how you're going through a storm, terrible things and whatnot. You live long enough, you're going to go through some things, and it just reminds you that it's passing over. And there was this one person, what was it? He was talking about, he had ran into Maya Angelou. I feel like this was a post that I saw. And I was kind of going through a hard time when I saw this quote. So it's really interesting that all of this is correlating. But he was saying that he was telling Maya Angelou about his problems or whatever else. And she told him to write this down. She said, "Write down, every storm runs out of rain."
Yep.
So at some point, no matter how much something is messed up or how terrible a situation is, it's gonna have to end, because there's only so much energy that it can take before it just piddles out. So The Storm is Passing Over is one of those feel-good songs. Number 4, Loretta Lynn, "You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man." And at this time, I was 20 or 21. Yeah, I was 21 years old. Just had my first son, was in not the best relationship. And one of my friends comes up with this cassette tape, and he says, "Have you ever heard of Loretta Lynn?" And I said, "No, I've never heard of Loretta Lynn." He said, "Take this tape," because he knew what situation I was in. He said, "Take this tape, and I want you to listen to it." And that song came on, and I was like, I'm a woman, and I'm going to be independent, and I've had enough.
That's the one where she's talking about like fighting the gal, isn't that?
Yeah. She was just,
I can't think of it.
Yeah, she's like, "You ain't woman enough to take my man." It was just like, it. You see the cover on the cassette tape, and you're like, "Oh, what a nice, sweet country lady," you know. And then she just bosses up and then sets fire to this whole situation. Like, "I'll stab you," you know. It was unexpected, and when you actually right, and then when you see the Loretta Lynn story, it's So you could she just kept elevating. She just kept getting stronger just through all these terrible situations. So that's it. And then number 5 is "Sometimes Salvation" by the Black Crowes.
Ooh, yeah.
Good song.
Did I do all of them? No, I'm missing one. Well, I'll talk about that one, and then I'll go to the one. Yeah, this is number 5, but I didn't do number 4. Number 5, "Sometimes Salvation." And just going through different experiences and taking different medicines and whatnot to just kind of chill my brain out. It's just like, you know, you hit that pinnacle where you're like, hey, everything is awesome and everything's going to be all right. And then that's just the eye of the storm. And then it's like, whoosh, you're back in it. But you had that moment of salvation. And that moment of salvation is something that you hold on to because it just gives you that energy. It lets you remember that period of time where you were strong when you're still going through this. I really like songs about storms. I just realized that. Number 4, which is actually number 5 now, 3 Libras by Perfect Circle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thankful for that because I have never had a song make me weep like that song.
Wow.
That is an emotional release, and there's nothing happy about it. It's just what it is.
Maynard's pretty amazing. For a goofy looking guy, he's very, he can pull on all the tugs, all the strings.
Yes, everyone.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Ready to Voltron up? You want your spin, Casey? We'll give you your spin.
All right.
There you go. I don't know.
If it doesn't land on me, then I understand.
Who's that?
One of these days, it's gonna screw
Hit
something
that
up.
line.
Yay!
Boom!
You won.
I don't win a lot, so I'll take it when I get one.
Come on.
Thank you, Jaina.
My list is ones that really just make me happy, if I'm honest. I don't know. I mean, some of them are, I guess I'm thankful for them, or I love her energy she brings to the show too.
Yeah.
My number 5, and this one was just to be literal, and I actually really like the song, but was Dido, Thank You. She's probably my favorite chick singer. I mean, like almost all of her songs make me happy. And I think I found her obviously through Eminem, but then after that, White Flag, and I listened to, she's my girl. So
I couldn't name another one of her songs, but I think it's
that?
made one of your lists before too. So
what's that?
I think it's made one of your lists too before.
Not
too.
this song, but she has before.
Was it?
Yeah, this song hasn't.
Yeah.
And then my number 4 is Cage the Elephant, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
Oh,
very good.
Yeah.
And that one just like hits different, and and actually I'm a huge Cage fan too, but like just that song in general, and the way they play that song too is just, that's badass. Like if that was one song that anybody had to listen to of Cage to tell why you should listen to him, that's the song.
Yeah, that's the first one that got me into him. I'm not like a huge fan, but I've heard a couple songs off the next couple of albums.
Oh, Trouble, and there's a bunch. I mean, they're just, he's different, man, and they're a different kind of music, and sometimes go in a way different direction when you try like some different alternative stuff. But that's why I like alternative, because they really try a bunch of just different stuff and see what fits them and what fits, So my number 3, still on the same things, Dirty Heads, and this was a hard one for me because they're huge. I'm a huge Dirty Heads guy too, but Vacation, just that song makes me freaking happy. Just like, especially the video with like Mr. Belding in the beginning of it and through the whole thing, is just I'm thankful that they brought Mr. Belding back. It just, I enjoy them. So number 2, this one's like, I'm thankful for the lady that exposed me to this. My buddy Johnny's mom was a huge Doors fan, and Light My Fire. That's one of those songs that just, I don't know, man, like get you up and going, and still has some like just powerful. So.
Yeah. And it's still kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like low vibration, but it's not like in a bad way. I don't know how I would say it. It just like hits you in your middle.
Yeah.
Middle.
Yeah. Just, and it could have been all Doors for me. They're probably my favorite band. I'm thankful for the Doors. If no.
Have you heard of Moonlight Drive?
What's that?
What?
I've got personal stories for it, and tribute bands really irk me.
But they do such a good job.
Yeah, I'm fine with them when they do good. Yeah, when they do it good and do it right. Oh man, I'm completely fine with them.
No, they totally do good. I mean, it's nothing that, I mean, they're excellent musicians.
Right.
Rob, the lead guy, him and an ex kind of
Oh, you got.
Okay.
I didn't listen to the Doors for
The reason
several
I don't
years
like
just
the
because of
the
him,
country.
because I wanted to punch him. And, you know, I mean, he was just, you know, just like, it's really annoying
Well, that
to me.
sucks.
Just because I thought I was Jim Morrison reincarnated at the time. So
Well, on the 24th,
it irked me. I did buy a an old it's here somewhere, a mugshot of Jim Morrison from him. For like $5.
Hell yeah.
I'll take this.
Man,
That was when I liked him, but then
I used to have a bunch of Jim Morrison posters and albums, and or Doors stuff. But I mean, yeah, I had like some original, like even like some poetry stuff that he had done. I got somewhere, you know, and so my number one is Beastie Boys. So What You Want? Man, like that. If that was like right now, that would probably be like if I was going to do a fight or something, or I was wrestling in the WWE or something, I'd try to get that to be my music, you know,
your intro song.
What you want, you know. And I was listening to that today, man, that just came on when I was doing lights, and I'm like, oh man, that I hadn't even done the rest of my list. I'm like, there's my number one song, you know.
Yeah.
That was pretty easy. And then the song that I was jamming to right before the show that I was dancing to, and he was on my show a couple weeks ago, and Gus Glasser, Afternoon Again. If you ever get bored or want to go check him out, man, it's just it's like a soulful hip hop just song, and all of his, I mean, he's evolved as an artist, but this newer stuff's got some pretty deep stuff, and just cool. But I'm thankful for it because it got me dancing again, even when I was sore after doing Christmas lights today.
Well, that's another good opportunity. What episode of Middle of the Road podcast was that on, Mr. Coach?
I believe it was 69. We made the joke about that.
Check that out on Spotify, YouTube, and
nice.
You know, it's that time of year. I had some growth on YouTube. I want more, but the algorithms and everything just kind of got real stupid on me. And so, I mean, I just kind of I've been laying low, but I'm going to try to get the playlist going and, you know, get everything going again to try to help that. I don't know if it really helped with anything, but I mean, go like YouTube.
Clip of the show.
Middle of the Road, Sontia. You got a YouTube as well, right? I mean, I don't know.
I do have a YouTube.
Yeah. Got some videos on there.
What is your YouTube?
It's Sontia 67214. Or you can look up Sontia Soul on YouTube, and I just come right on up.
Pop up. Yep. Okay, so yeah, go like all those, subscribe to all those. It's that time of year. Just, you know, get us doing a little dancing a jig. I always dance a jig when I get.
Oh, I love getting a new follower or like a like, or even I like when somebody hates on something I've done.
I know Jana enjoys the playlist. I know there's a few that enjoy it, but I mean, it gets probably, you know, around 60 to 70 views, but I don't know how many of that is new followers and converts over to, you know, new subscriptions. But
but it's always cool. People like to just go find some music, something new, and maybe gives them a reason to come find us. And the clips, and I got to do it for my show too. I don't do it enough, man. I do the show, and we've got a little core following, and they enjoy what we do, and I need to do way more to grow, and that's why I'm trying to get more guests and do some more stuff. But I'm lazy about that stuff. You're way better at, you know, and I know you haven't been doing quite as much of it lately, but man, you're just way better at the marketing and all that stuff.
I try, but it gets defeating when, you know,
I know,
you know, it does. And this week it's been, I don't know, it's been a weird week. I know we're way over now. We're almost 10 minutes over, but it was just a weird week. And I mean, it was kind of a rejuvenating week. You know, I came home and slept. I mean, I got off work, got the daddy duties out of the way, got the kid to bed, and I go, I'm going to bed. Night, y'all.
Yeah. That's good, because like the last couple of times that we've been on the show, you haven't been sleeping, and that it's vital to take care of yourself to be able to continue doing all of that. That's part of the reason why I was talking to my auntie today, because she called Speaking, we were talking about being on the phone. I talk on the phone with my auntie, and I know it's going to be an hour at least.
Yeah.
But she was, I was talking to her about how I haven't been doing as many shows, and it's because I just got tired. And I mean, the money was good, and just the exposure and everything, and I was growing. But there's a period of time where you have to take care of yourself, or you're not going to have anything else to give.
Yep. Definitely. It's hard to know when that is until you're way past it and you're like, in the corner crying or whatever,
Oh, I'm in the corner crying all the time.
Yeah. So it's
That's
like,
not
okay, maybe I need to
I
slow
always start
down.
my morning. That's like my coffee.
Yeah. The crying game in the shower. With that note, we're going to get off here. I appreciate you guys coming on. I'm thankful for both of you.
I had a blast.
And,
I always do.
It's
Thank
cool.
you, Sontia, for coming on again. We enjoy it.
No problem. Yeah.
Let's keep our brains percolating on something we want to do next week, and we'll come up with something cool. Like I said, I sent you both an interview of something I found on there, just because I haven't been able to look at much interviews for our topics. So let's do a topic where I can look at interviews. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Watch that.
All right.
I enjoyed it. I seen if it's got John Lennon, I'll watch it, man.
Yeah, it's good. All right. Well, thanks again. Thanks for everybody tuning in. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye, everybody.